to ET Garage. I'm Eugene Tordo, and this is another video on the brake line, the stainless steel brake lines that I'm putting in. If you haven't seen I think I have 2 videos out already. I'll probably end up with something like 5 videos on this, and because I'm trying to make them not too long and break it up. But last video I just removed the one brake line, and where is it? That line and this T-fitting, and that took me like an hour. Now I could have sped things up. I could have took like a pair of heavy-duty diagonals, just cut the lines and ripped everything out, and then unscrewed all these on the bench. That would have made it really quick and simple, and I'm tempted to do that with the rest of the brake lines. What I'm worried about is I get the lines off and I find out those pre-bent replacement lines don't fit or something, or they're not long enough, or might run into all sorts of problems. So far the only line I took out is that little short one. I did that because it's the easiest, and it actually didn't match up. I had to bend it a little bit. I was able to do that with my fingers, and I'll probably still have to bend it a little bit without collapsing. You got to be careful when you bend it, you don't collapse it. That's what I'm worried about when bending these lines. But get over to the ABS. Let me move the camera around. And ABS unit, you have to drop the whole thing out the bottom in order to remove the lines. So you drop basically along the frame rail. There's a bunch of these. Where are they? They're in here somewhere. Oh, these little 10mm side-headed screws that hold these, have these little brackets that hold all the brake lines in, that run along the frame rail on the driver's side. And then you have these big combination nut washers, that's what I call them, that are underneath the ABS. Now, like I said, my brake lines at some point in the past were repaired, either due to damage or corrosion, and so it was taking out. It's actually missing two of the bolts that these go in. These are like blind bolts. You only need what was it? A size millimeter, was it? Oh, 13mm socket to get them off. They were corroded, even though they've been off a couple of times. 2 of them in the front were missing. There's just 2 empty holes there. So what I did was I hosed them down with my favorite penetrant oil, or one of them. I have PB Blaster, and I even have WD-40. All of them are pretty good. And I did is I soaked these up, and just ran them down about 1/8 of an inch, soaked them again, and then ran them up, let them sit a little bit, and they all came out easily. Now I left one on there. I'm going to go underneath and show you here in a second, and we'll go ahead and drop that out. I'll also have to show you what else I had to remove. It involved that, and should be another one here. Oh, here it is. This one here, and I'll show you where those go. Those also used a lot of penetrating oil. Under the car we go. Okay, I hope you can see this. These are the parking brake cables, and these 2 brackets here have to come out and out of the way. I'm probably going to have to unhook the cables too, but we'll see. And the reason you have to do that is because these lines, when they come down, they drop with the ABS unit. These lines here, that's all the lines that go into the ABS unit. You can see I got it loose already. So I still got that one bolt on right there. I'll get that down, and I don't know, I should really try and unhook this cable first. Let me try and do that. Yeah, unhook these parking brake cables, get them out of the way, and drop that. But I was actually going to stop. I was going to just say to hell with it. Just replace that one little line, replace the vapor line that goes to the gas tank for the gas vapors, and because right now I got this PVC line, and it's actually partially crushed up front. Something hit it or something like that. It doesn't look too good, so I'm definitely going to replace that. That came as part of the kit. the pre-bent brake kit. They call it a ABS and vapor line, or something like that, but that's not what it is. It's actually for the gas vapors, so they have a place to go up to the charcoal canister. But anyway, it's enough of that. Let me get those parking brake cables off. Okay, I got the parking brake cables out of the way. I got my little trusty Harbor Freight electric ratchet. I got that one bolt I have to take off. I got all the brake lines loose going down the handrail. There's the ABS unit. This is the first time I'm taking one of these out, and I could imagine what it was like doing this in the factory. That's all I can say. I think I got all the wires disconnected up here. Maybe not. There's still this one here, it looks like. Oh, well, let me figure out what that is, and then get that. You got to unplug all your wiring harness too before you drop it. But that's the ABS unit, if you're wondering what this thing is. Big thing in the back that makes that humming noise. And you can see where someone did this before. Put these brass couplers on. So that's going to come off and get replaced with new lines. Trying to think of what I missed here, but let me go find out up top. And then maybe this will just drop down if we're lucky. And there is a bunch of junk coming out of here too. There we go. Ta-da! Hello, everybody. What a pain in the butt. Hopefully you can see that. That's the ABS unit. I'm gonna, of course, the jack stand's in the way. I could jack this up, I guess, and move the jack stand and then slide it out. I think I'm just gonna try and like bend these brake lines around the jack stand and do it that way. Well, we'll see. Hold on tight. Okay, there it is. I did have to go underneath the car and remove another bracket to get this line out. This line here is that other line I showed, I think, in the other video. Let's see, I think it is. Of course, I bent it, taking it out, but this is the other line, the new line. And it is close, and probably I'll have to do some custom bending to it. Now this is bent this way, but that's from me taking that out, so I'm not too worried about that. As you can see, even though this has a lot of life left in it, hopefully you can see that. You can see where there's some corrosion there, and that would have eventually ate through, and the brake line would have failed. So I'm glad I'm doing this. Like I said, this isn't something you should go out and do unless it's necessary. I mean, if you got a car that's in the snow belt or near the ocean where a lot of corrosion gets to it, and it's 30 years old and it's spent its whole life as a daily driver or outside, you might definitely want to inspect these lines. These are by far, I've seen lines that were just completely corroded away. And of course, these were a lot older cars and a lot worse than these. So I'm glad I did it. I think the other line that crosses over the rear differential, Furum the one guy said you have to drop the rear to get it out. I don't think I do. I think I can get that out. I might have to drop the spare tire carrier, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it ain't bad. And I think I'm going to go ahead and take a chance and start cutting these lines, and hope that all those replacement lines are correct and there. Maybe I'll check them some more before I do that. It'll speed the process up greatly by doing that. But I got that sucker out. When I looked at it at first, I was thinking I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to skip it because it's just too much. It actually turned out not to be too bad. Definitely going to have to do some resealing on it when I put it up. That's what they make RTV for. And get that all cleaned up. And I may even take that sucker apart just to see what's in it. But I don't know if I should do that. They say not to, but no one makes a rebuilt anymore. And if they were rebuilts at one time, that meant they had to take them apart. That's the way I look at it. But anyway, I certainly can't get parts for it anymore. But and I prefer to have the ABS, even though I spent a good portion of my life driving with cars without ABS. I'm that old. There's a lot of people that they get in an older car, they feel they're getting a death trap because they don't have airbags and ABS and all that stuff. But millions upon millions of miles people have driven without those devices. But anyway, I am going to end this video here. I want everybody to have a great day, and God bless.